You know, you don't have to go back to the drawing board every time you want to create a unique cocktail for a holiday, especially one like Christmas where there's a lot of inspiration to draw from. Sometimes making a subtle change to a classic is the best way to go, which is why today I'm going to show you how to make a Cranberry Campari on the second episode of the 12 Drinks of Christmas, and the sign behind me still says Espresso Martini, doesn't it? God damn it, I forgot about that. Roll the intro! I have no idea how Dave from Booze on the Rocks remembers to change his little sign every single time he makes a video. I can hardly remember to make videos in the first place. Okay. Red marker died. That's the best you're getting. Welcome back to 12 Drinks of Christmas on Mike's Hard Reviews. We're doing a Cranberry Negroni today. This one is kind of trying to be as approachable as possible while still having a holiday spin onto a drink that you would be familiar with and would probably have at least some of the stuff in your house to make off the bat. You've probably got vermouth around the holidays, and you've probably got gin just because you have gin, and you're probably not drinking it, so let me show you how to make it. Let's talk about ingredients. To make this cocktail, you will need sweet vermouth, Angostura Bitters, Aquavit of your choice, and a Cranberry-Infused Campari. Aquavit instead of gin, you can do either one here, and gin is probably the better choice because Aquavits are very individual. I actually not only don't think that this Aquavit works well in this cocktail, I actually don't even like this Aquavit that much to begin with. I prefer Norden Aquavit out of Detroit. It's much more juniper forward and feels like a savory gin as opposed to cumin seed liqueur, which is what this tastes like. I'm gonna use this because I actually think it's not unredeemable here. It's just not my favorite pick. Go for Norden. It's got the cooler looking bottle. It's probably up next to my face. This here is Cranberry-Infused Campari. It's oddly hard to say. This is about a cup of cranberries, which weigh a lot less than you think they do, so 1,000 grams was not gonna work. Covered with just enough Campari that they would float. As a matter of fact, this is significantly less Campari than I put into the production, and I've only made one of these as a tester drink, so you don't get a ton out of this, this manner of doing it. Maceration might be better here instead of infusion. When you put those two together, you let them sit in the fridge for 24 hours and you get Cranberry Campari, which is bitter the same way that Campari is, but it has a juicy note to it, like a juicy red berry note. It's like more of a general red berry juiciness, which I think is gonna go great with these ingredients. As a garnish for the drink, you will need some cinnamon sticks and some whole cranberries on which you can either take a spear to them or you can throw them in the drink. It doesn't actually matter all that much. I don't think anyone's gonna eat them either way. Raw cranberries are pretty bitter. All that said, let's go ahead and stir one up. I'm going to begin with just one dash of Angostura Bitters. This is something I think makes any Negroni or Negroni variation, including Boulevardiers, better. It just works really well. So try it if you haven't before. Going to come behind that with 1 ounce of our Cranberry Campari. Next, we'll do 1 ounce of sweet vermouth. A good Negroni does not hinge on its red aperitivo, nor its gin or other botanical liquor in this case. It hinges on the vermouth more than anything else. Don't go anything cheaper than Martini. Carpano Antica is the best. It will make a good Negroni every time. And finally, depending on whether or not you're going to do gin or aquavit, do 1 ounce of that as your base spirit. Like I said, this one is very cumin seed heavy. Not crazy about it. That is all of our ingredients, so we're gonna go ahead and grab some ice to stir this up and chill it down, and then we'll talk about serving. With our ice in there, we'll go ahead and give this a stir for 20 to 30 seconds until the ice is loosened up and the drink is firmly cold. For serving, I'm gonna grab a rocks glass out of my freezer. I'm just gonna fill that up with some smaller ice, but if you have a large rock, use that instead. After that, we'll simply just double strain the cocktail over the ice. Now, to garnish this, we're going to go ahead and grab a cinnamon stick. Given the savory nature of the aquavit I'm using, I would actually say something like a sprig of rosemary would be better, but I don't have any on hand, so I'm going to use a cinnamon stick instead, just to kind of harken to the same thing. Give that a stir to maybe settle this ice a little bit. And then I'm gonna grab a couple of nice whole cranberries here, freshly washed. I'm gonna spear as many of them as my fragile little heart desires onto a cocktail pick. We'll take that pick of cranberries and rest that on the rim like so. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a Cranberry Negroni. Cheers. And with that, we will give our Cranberry Negroni a taste. Cheers. Yeah, that's fun. It's different. It's a Negroni. It's clearly a Negroni. It just has like this much more tempered, late arriving bitterness. It's not like a regular Negroni where those botanicals and that Campari, they rise up really fast and they're bright and they're sharp. It's a little darker of a flavor palette because of those savory Aquavit botanicals. And the Campari itself, having the cranberry in there, that kind of like slight juiciness that infusion gives it, does kind of mellow it out. And if I'm being entirely honest, as an ingredient, the way I made that with like a cup of cranberries and just enough Campari to cover them, makes it a better like sipping spirit than it does a ingredient in other cocktails, just because it's kind of delicate. That said, it is a fun play on the Negroni platform, which there are plenty of things to do with these days. And for a holiday, if you wanted to introduce people to a new spirit like Aquavit, or even if you wanted to do just a regular Negroni with a Campari edge to it, this is a good way to do it without having to buy an expensive bottle of specialized bitters or finding a bitter cranberry liqueur, which you're gonna have to change up your specs then. That's a whole pain in the ass. So, thanks for watching. Come around next time for another drink on day 3 of 12 Drinks of Christmas. Cheers.